Alan Weisselberg, you and I have talked about him a lot. What does this news mean to you?
Okay, so what it means to me is this. Right now, the U.S. Attorney's Office is not commenting on this, and they're not talking about it. What I understand is that Alan Weisselberg was given immunity as part of the investigation into Michael Cohen. And so as part of that investigation, they were able to speak with him, and they were able to presumably get some information from him and offer him, obviously, if he had some sort of legal concerns of his own, they were going to say, you know what, you don't need to have those concerns, because obviously we're going to offer you some immunity for your testimony.
So we don't know that any legal concerns he had to do specifically with Donald Trump or whatever the case is, but prosecutors went and said...
I'm so glad that you said that, because what his legal concerns could be his own legal concerns, and I'll highlight that. Paragraph 38, page 17 of the criminal information, Ali. It says that Michael Cohen, the defendant, sent an executive of the company, being the Trump Organization, Executive One, who we now know to be Alan Weisselberg, the first of his monthly invoices requesting, pursuant to this retainer agreement, payment for services rendered for the month of January and February. Except for those services were not legal services. This was all part of a plan to pay back Michael Cohen for his payment to Stormy Daniels. And then later on, we see in that paragraph, this Executive One, who's Alan Weisselberg, forwarded the invoice to another company executive and said, hey, go ahead and pay this on out and pay the legal expenses and put in this is retainer for the months of January and February. Alan Weisselberg may have had some legal concerns that if he marked this the way that he marked it, he was concealing what it really was, which was a payment back to Michael Cohen for the payment to Stormy Daniels. I know at this point it feels like we need a roadmap, but essentially here, Alan Weisselberg directed, and it appears that they have some sort of a message here because they're quoting it here in the criminal information that Michael Cohen pled guilty to, that they have some information about what it was that Alan Weisselberg actually said. So it is our understanding that Alan Weisselberg has been given immunity. This was part of the investigation into Michael Cohen. What is difficult to ascertain at this point is, was this backwards or forwards looking immunity? So let me put that into a little bit of a better English. Was this purely for the purpose of helping them investigate Michael Cohen up to an indictment or a plea agreement, as we now have? Or is this something where they'll use him for other information going forward? Right now, we don't know that.
Hey, MSNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there and click on any of the videos here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more MSNBC for free every day with our newsletters. Just visit msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up now.